Hello everyone, my name is Desita Eunike. I am from 2023A with students number 083. In this video, I will present my project, a final project of Semantics and Pragmatic course in the title Politeness Strategies in Online Media. And in here, I would like to thank my supervisor, Mrs. Lisetyo Ariyanti, M.Pd, as a part of English Literature Study Program in Universitas Negeri Surabaya. Okay, my presentation is based on Brown and Levinson's 1987 about politeness strategies supported by relevant examples in online media and also practice study. So let's go. Before we go into deeper, let's understand what is politeness strategies. So according to Brown and Levinson 1987, politeness strategies are the way of people use a language to avoid the conflict and also to maintain the harmony in one community, especially when this community that involves communications uh, of exists a risk of um, threatening the listener's face or social self-image. That also implies by Brown and Levinson's, it is called face-threatening situations. So in here, in online media, this has become important. Why? Because there is no facial expressions or tone or softened image or softened tone message in social media. It's mostly or commonly by verbal, and in online forum, it's commonly happen misunderstanding. Misunderstanding happen more easily, especially in a cross-culture forum. For example, when we use a short directly and concise reply, it may seem rude because it seems too direct, and also its the cultural expectations are indirect. Like in Indonesia, they will may have a misunderstanding. And this media context are well limited on online forums like YouTube and Twitter that now become X because these plays involve multicultural users, while language and culture shapes how politeness can be. And then the key concepts behind the politeness strategy is basically most uh, centered by Brown and Levinson diaries. And in here, they stated that this theory have 3 points, that is positive politeness, negative politeness, both on record and off record, with the examples of compliments, apologies, and also face how to clarity use clarity is more important than face like warning. And then to understand the cultural differences around the countries and how to using the framework how people communicate and behave, we use Hofstede's cultural dimensions with six dimensions to categorize the people behavior across the culture. So in here, I show the examples of politeness in Bahasa and English in online communications. Previously, I picked the data from YouTube and Twitter and carefully uh, filter it and use in positive politeness and negative politeness based on their characteristics, and also they key character based on positive and also negative. In English and Bahasa, they have several differences. In positive politeness, the English tends to use more direct language, and also it's more casual. While in Bahasa, like permisi kak, aku mau ikut sholat, apa bisa baris di mana? That previously I taken from Twitter, they use honorifics and also more indirect politeness. However, in negative, in English, they use more casual to show that friendliness, while in Bahasa, they use more about the honorifics, the indirectness, and also the polite language. So this is the analysis of it. In Indonesia, the most of user tends to use politeness through indirectness apologies and also honorifics. We can know from the examples using ka and bu. However, English users show politeness in more friendly and casual tone that's ones who implies more solidarity, like sorry mama no offense, and many more. However, in the lens of cultural dimensions, we could know that Indonesian cultures tends to have a high power distance and collectivism. People respect the hierarchy and avoid the direct confrontations. However, English culture lands in lower power distance with higher individualisms. It is shown by the examples without honorifics, and the communications is often more direct but still impolite. I also provide supporting relevant studies. While in here, let's focus on Waziri 2023. In here, the author, emphasized that politeness strategies is the agent of mediated and solving because in the misunderstanding situations, and that's common in social media, the politeness strategies become a bridge to one user to another user due to the lack of nonverbal cues, brief message, and cultural messages. However, in Gervasio and Irari, it emphasized the examples on university students group chat, use it for strengthen bonds, solidarity, and implies humor. However, in Sabrina and Artemi, in group, online group chat, it shows the examples of it by showing how user maintain friendliness even in a text-based chat. In summary, understanding applying politeness strategies online communications ensure that our message not only clear but also considerate, avoiding unnecessary conflict. This is my citations and this is my citations and also references list. Thank you for your attentions. And is there any questions, everyone? So don't hesitate to ask. Thank you for your time.